What's up, guys? How's it going? It is Matt here. So I honestly had no intention whatsoever to make a video today. I finished my workout a little while ago, and then I'm like, you know what, I'm going to take a video day off and just kind of relax a little bit today. So I'm sitting down on the couch drinking my workout shake, and I just like, what the hell, I'll just scroll through my Facebook feed. So I'm going through my Facebook feed, and I saw something that caught my attention. It was about the Texas shooting, where some people that had terrorist ties actually came out with AK-47s and drum magazines and were stopped by police officers. Now, you know, I was kind of familiar with the story, but not too much familiar with it, so I'm like, okay, this looks like an interesting article, I'll go take a look at it. But then I saw the very title of the article, the person on Facebook that posted it. His comment was basically, this police officer did the dumbest thing anyone could ever do in a tactical situation, and he's lucky to be alive. And the person who wrote that article, no one should ever take training from this guy. So I was intrigued. I had to go see what was going on, so I pulled up the article and I looked. And the person who wrote the article basically gave a step-for-step what happened in the event, what the police officer did. Now let me tell you something. I looked at the article, and the critique the writer made, talking step for step what happened and the events that happened, I looked at it and I'm like, that is dead on. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. The writer was saying exactly what was 100% behind him, and this was a good job, a great job by the police officer. But this guy, whoever did it on Facebook, thinks this was the dumbest thing that anyone could ever do in a firefight. So let me cover what actually happened here. So the police officer's doing his job. It's a big event, major event, high chance that there was going to be a terrorist threat. All right, there was a very high chance there, brief prior, that there's a big chance for a terrorist threat. So he was standing there doing his duty, standing his post as a uniformed police officer. He was carrying a Glock 21, that was a service pistol. When this car comes squealing up, stops in the middle of the road in a weird place, which obviously is going to catch his attention, and the first thing he sees is when the door opens is the guy coming out with an AK-47 and a drum magazine with soft body armor and a major backpack on, and the second person in the vehicle. Without hesitation, the police officer, he looked around. There was nowhere for him to go. There was nowhere for him to go. He was wide in the open. Without hesitation, while they were still getting out of the car, the police officer went for his Glock 21, which is a .45, pulls it out and starts engaging the threat. He engages the threat and he walks against them, assaults through the objective. Bang! Well-aimed shots, sight alignment, sight picture, hitting the targets. Hit, hit, hit. One of his rounds did only a little bit of damage to the guy's arm. The other one went all the way through his arm, went into his body, and actually stopped his heart and basically killed him, all right? So he's sitting there, he's shooting, he's doing his job as a police officer. He's assaulting through the threat before the threat can actually become a true threat, or before it can become a disaster. He's engaging them before they can even set up for their chaos. So he's engaging them, bang, bang. He fires, and he's assaulting through the entire time. When he finally gets there, the other guy came out too, and he engaged him. Both of them had dropped. So he comes up to him, and he sees that the guy's still fumbling around on the ground, looking like he's trying to grab a strap or something. He's got a big old backpack on him, which could mean a bomb, for crying out loud. So the police officer, as he puts his pistol down to pull the trigger, and his slide is locked back to the rear because he ran out of ammunition. It was an adrenaline situation. You don't always think during an adrenaline situation, but what he did was acted. He ejected, put it back in, boom, boom, put a couple more shots onto each one of the threats, eliminating them, stopping them from causing an explosion, stopping them from causing mass casualties. But for some reason, this Facebook expert is telling the world that whatever this police officer did was the dumbest possible thing you could ever do, and he should never ever act like that, and his tactics were horrible, and he needs to get better, and he's lucky to be alive. Okay, Mr. Internet Basement Dweller, Range Safety Officer, whatever the hell you want to call him, Internet Expert, what would your tactics be? You know, I looked up your profile. I'm not going to get into the names because I'm not a complete a-hole, right? But I looked up your name, I looked into your profile, and basically you look like you're a little flabby and, you know, very pale, like you haven't gotten out of the basement very much, you will eat way too many ho-hos. The only tactical thing that I see are your tacticool t-shirts that you're wearing. You know, I don't see anything tactics whatsoever. I don't see military ties. I don't see any law enforcement ties. I don't see any specific training. All I see is a basement dweller that probably plays way too many video games. Now, according to this guy, all the tactics were completely wrong. So, okay, Mr. Facebook guy, tell me this, what would you have done? Well, first I can tell you this. First thing you would have had to done is probably gotten out of your basement, lost some weight, got a job as a police officer so you could actually be put in a situation like this where you could actually act, okay? So what would you have done? Would you have, instead of carrying a 45 and carrying a Glock 19 appendix and off-duty clothing, 511 tactical stuff because it looks cooler, have the full beard and everything else, what would you do? Would you draw your pistol from appendix and magically start putting headshots, or start doing somersaults and rolling to cover and moving to different positions to try and hit him from different angles? Oh, maybe you can curve bullets. Maybe you could have done a whole curve the bullets and hit them both out in a second. Whoa, I bet you could have done that in your video games really well. No, I'll tell you exactly what you would have done. Yeah, exactly what you would have done. You would have seen the threat. You would have shit your pants, then you would have ran and hid behind something and cried like a little baby. That is what you would have done. So Mr. Tactical Expert, just shut up. You have no clue what tactics are. You have no clue what a life or death situation is about. You have no say in this situation whatsoever because you are a tactical idiot, okay? Tactical idiot. That's what you are. So please, just shut up. Just 100% shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. What that police officer did, he saved lives. He did his job to a T. He assaulted through the objective. He took out 2 terrorists that possibly had bombs. He took them out, 2 terrorists that possibly had bombs. He stopped them, prevented mass casualties, and was a hero that day. That police officer was a 100% hero. Then he had to stay there for 9 hours afterward because of the EOD situation. He had to stay there for 9 hours afterward, holding duty before he could even leave. So he had an 18-hour day. This police officer stepped up, he kicked ass, and he took out the bad guys. What did you do today, Mr. Facebook Expert Tactical Basement Dweller? What did you do today? If you guys like this video and you want more freaking reality, like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends about me. And remember, guys, it's our responsibility to take care of each other and protect each other from these idiots. Peace.